Now that Hong Kong Express has decided to delay its route to Japan and Delta Airlines has announced that it will cease services on Guam in January, what does this all mean for tourism, the economy, and ticket prices? Why will one domestic airline be allowed to have a monopoly on travel to the U.S.? Well, we spoke to Bank of Guam economist Joe Bradley to find out.
I don't think that it's going to be as catastrophic as a lot of people are saying. Delta services were kind of on the decline anyway, and HK Express never really started that route between here and Japan.
Bank of Guam economist Joe Bradley is talking about the effects of the announcements to cease routes to Japan by both Hong Kong Express and Delta Airlines.
We are still seeing rapid growth in our arrivals from South Korea.
But South Koreans spend less than Japanese visitors.
They stay a little bit longer than the Japanese, like half a day longer, and yet they, on a per day basis, they spend somewhat less money. But I'm not sure that we're even capturing all of that, because a lot of the Korean tourists are free and independent travelers, or FITs, and they will rent a car directly. They will go for an Airbnb lodging, which doesn't necessarily show up in GDP statistics.
The Delta pullout means there will only be one U.S. carrier and hence only one airline, United Airlines, that can provide flights to the U.S.
Ladies and gentlemen, first a very warm welcome to all of our Mileage Plus members.
It'll probably drive prices up somewhat. Now, I don't think that it'll change much in terms of the foreign carriers coming into Guam.
But foreign carriers can't offer direct flights from Guam to the U.S. because of federal cabotage laws. All countries have cabotage laws in order to allow their domestic carriers to have an edge in competition in their country against foreign carriers. But Guam is unique. It's a territory of the U.S. that is closer to foreign ports than U.S. ports. The U.S. market here is restricted really only to flights from Guam to other U.S. ports and not the other way around, which means there aren't a lot of domestic airlines who want to do business here. And after Delta pulls out, it will mean there will be only one domestic carrier here and only one airline that can offer flights to the U.S. How is that not a monopoly?
Well, it is a monopoly. And in that regard, I don't believe the United's airfares are regulated. I think that they can charge whatever the market will bear. And in the absence of direct competition, they can charge whatever the market will bear.
How is a monopoly allowed on Guam?
Pretty much all of the United States antitrust laws prohibit interference with competition in and amongst the several states. They don't apply here.
This means that while federal cabotage laws, which limit foreign competition, applies here on Guam, federal antitrust laws, which encourage competition, don't apply here. A perfect storm for a monopoly. Ultimately, Bradley says that the Guam military buildup will likely pick up the slack from lower tourism numbers. When military activity is slow, tourism numbers usually pick up.